joined us to take us through the fine print. Mr. Vijay, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, income down 21.5%, EBITDA down 48%. What went wrong?
Yeah, it was expected rather because the railway requirement for the wagons, which is the core thing for the company, was lower last year, and this was pretty well explained earlier also. And since the railway's focus is gradually now shifting, which you must have seen in the budget also, more to the building the railway infrastructure, and then not to the basically only for the getting the product lines. With infrastructure being the core now, our focus also is shifting now basically more on the core. Wagon certainly demand is going to come as the infrastructure is ready. So what we have basically done during this period is that the acquisition of two companies, one Kalindi Rail, the second one the Bright Power, and then the merger of Kalindi Rail finally got over in the month of January. Now once this merger is over, now it's one company and we are really able to participate in the larger ones. Recent take-up of the orders also in this business, EPC business, is robust. Today the company order book for Texmaco itself is close to 3,500, 3,600 crores, which is a reasonably good order book for me compared to what execution we have done in the past year. So I personally feel that the real growth is going to come in the company from the rail EPC segment, where Kalindi and Bright Power also, because today in the budget announcement, railway has now gone ahead with this 4,000 track kilometers renewable. The railway has gone for expansion of railway lines in a big way, and the capacity in the country don't exist today. So this is the basic robust growth areas. Similarly, in the railway electrification, you find that it's doubled now this time. So considering all this aspect, what I am finding basically in the segment basically of rail EPC, we'll see a robust growth.
Yeah, but Mr. Vijay, have you seen any orders, tenders being put up for all this? You know, these are announced in the budget, all right, but over the past year on, track development, rail infrastructure, or, electrification, are there any orders already, tenders already out in the market for which we can expect bids to be put by you?
Not only out, we have also won certain contracts. In fact, rather in Kalindi segment alone, the order book today is above 2,000 crores. In my railway electrification segment, the order book is above 550 crores. Similarly, now we are participating in tenders which are much larger in value. And those all tenders are already in the pipeline and virtually are being participated on day in, day out basis. Railway is going very aggressively on this.
Mr. Vijay, what is the update about this MOU that you had signed with a Russian company for defense products all the way back in July? What's the progress on that?
So defense again is an identified area where the company would like to make significant progress, and we have identified certain products which gel with our present product lines, and our infrastructure can cater to those requirements. The tie-up with Rosoboron was only in that connection, and this thing takes its own time because defense item, and especially the tank renewal, the tank modernizations and all, the government also takes a long time. Right now, the government is in the process of identifying the parties, and thereafter they will be in the process of coming out with a tender, whereby a development order will be there, and then once the development order is successfully executed by the parties, then thereafter the regular orders will be there. So it's a long process thing, but we have started because this is a lucrative business for future.
So the rail infrastructure bids and the electrification bids that you have won, when will this fructify in the form of revenues? What are your FY18 projections in the light of the bids that you have won?
I personally feel that yes, there will be substantial growth in both the rail EPC segment as well as the electrification segment, and there my growth can be anything which will be substantially larger than what we have done over this year. I won't put the numbers, but then yes, I personally feel yes, there will be a significant growth, and even in the product line also, maybe that wagon side will be slightly dull about for this year, but then next year we'll see much better prospects. In the field of locomotives, for which the railway has ordered for 41,000 crore business on GE and Alstom, that business certainly will also give us, because we have to do a lot of work, back work for them in our plants, which will enable them to go ahead with the production lines in Madhepura and Marora.